What's up, you guys? All right, well, here we are. I'm finishing my fourth consecutive green day. This is a nice little rebound here this week. We've pulled it together. Me and my little trading buddy here. 4 green days in a row. Today I'm up $4,000, a little over 4,000. I'm finishing at the high of day. Yesterday I gave back some profit, about half of my profit. And I didn't want to do that today. So after I'd had a few really good trades, I started just trading with small share size. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bring it down to small share size. That way I kind of walk away on top. And if I do give back a little on my last trade, which I did, it's marginal. So I gave back probably 200 on my last trade. No big deal. And at that point I said, I'm throwing in the towel. I could have just as easily taken that last trade with 6,000 shares and lost 600 or 1,200 on that last trade, and then felt that kind of feeling of, oh man, I know I just gave back some profit. So again, now today's the 4th day in a row of not looking at my P&L while I'm trading. It is helping me get kind of grounded and centered, and just, for what it's worth, I saw, so there's a sort of range of comments. Some who are like, oh, this is a really interesting thing that you're doing. And others who are like, it's stupid. You need to look at your P&L. You need to see where you're at on the day. This, for me, is a technique that I'm using to help me bring down my emotions. The market dropping 35% in 2 weeks, the market has been crazy. And as volatile as it is, emotions are equally volatile among traders and investors. It can be hard to trade when we're at this sort of heightened state of being emotionally fueled. And so for me, I was finding that I was coming in each day and I was trading really aggressively based on that P&L number, trying to make as much as I could. And then if I gave back a little profit to try to regain it. And, I got myself into a little bit of a rut, which can happen, really to any trader at pretty much any point in your career. And this isn't like exclusive to me, it's or exclusive to beginners. It can happen to traders at any point in the journey. And so one of the things that for me has always been a challenge is when I'm at that place of heightened emotional reactivity, how can I stop myself before I start to spiral? I know many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you have a loss, a big loss, and then within minutes you're into a new trade, and you hear something hit the scanner and you pull it up and boom, you're in that with big size, and then that drops, and all of a sudden within a span of it could be 20-30 minutes, could be an hour, 2 hours, could be a day, you've gone from down X amount to down 3X. You've just tripled your loss because all of a sudden you lost your center. I fell a little off my center I guess last week when I was trying to aggressively trade the S&P 500 and the VIX and SPXS, SPXL, and I was watching so many things at once. I was drinking a lot of caffeine, and I was just like all over the place. So this week I said, I'm not drinking caffeine until I finish trading for the day. Seems a little cruel, but it's also a nice reward. So now, well, wait a second. Did I put it in the fridge? No, maybe I put it in my bag. All right, so, well, wait a second. No, okay, it's right here. False alarm. We're all good. So now this is a nice little reward. I'm gonna have my little green tea and do my recap, and then switch gears and get some work done for my students and everything else. But right now, hiding that P&L is just kind of, like I said yesterday, when I finally revealed it and I saw that I'd given back half my profit, most likely, I felt disappointed, I felt frustrated. And by not looking at my P&L, I deferred all of those emotions until I finally looked at it. So I didn't experience them while trading. And while trading, I was able to focus on really just taking good quality trades and cutting my losses quickly. Whatever the loss is, it is what it is. I don't think this is something I would do forever, but I think it's something that's going to be a great tool to help me get grounded and get centered during periods where, for whatever reason, I fall off my center. It's getting warm in here. All right. So this is where I sit today. 4 green days in a row, up about 17,000 on the week, and looking forward to Friday and getting excited for Monday and Tuesday of next week. And you know what that means. It's our anniversary. June, what's our anniversary? 5 years since we uploaded How to Day Trade on YouTube. Over 6 million views. And right down below in the description, priority access link. That link, for those of you guys that aren't already on the priority access list, will get you on the list. And that means next week when I send out this, I'm gonna do something to celebrate this 5-year anniversary. And you're only gonna know about it if you're on that priority access list. So make sure you're on that list, and then look forward to some emails from me over the weekend and early next week, so you find out what I'm gonna do to celebrate this milestone. It's gonna be educational, it's gonna be free, it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so those are a couple of hints, and I'll see you guys back here, same place, same time, 9:15 tomorrow morning, live streaming on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the pre-market watch list for Friday. All right, see you guys then. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap here, and 4th day in a row, we get the big reveal where I find out how much I've made today. Right now, I don't know. The 2 stocks I traded, GPMT, up 212% right now. An amazing bounce off the low. So this was the last 2 weeks. The stock went from $20 down to $2.23. Today, curling up off those lows, I bought it for this squeeze higher. It actually doesn't have resistance on the daily chart until 891, but it's kind of, I mean, it may end up going higher, but I'm just at the point where it's 10:30. I've done 1 hour trading. I'm taking my money off the table. MIT, M-I-T-T, very similar setup. I'm actually not sure I'm green on this because I missed this big move. I traded it in here, but it did a false breakout. I got back in way up here, but then stopped out. All right, so let's see where we're at today. Dun, da, da. Awesome. $4,140.15. I'm very happy with that. That's a terrific day. That's a little more than I thought I made. MIT, yeah, it's about breaking. I mean, $150 is nothing to be super excited about, but that's okay. I'm just happy to be green on both of these stocks. GPMT is definitely the biggest winner, and I had a couple really nice trades on that. So why don't we look first at, and this is now going to put me up about 17,000 on the week. So this has been a really solid week here for me. Okay, so MIT, I was not watching super closely, but it did halt going up this morning right here. It opened and halted going up. Out of the halt, it squeezed up to 420, pulled back, and then right here did an ABCD pattern. A, B, C, and D. And so I bought right here for the break over 4. Oops. Right here for the break over 4, this level, on this candle. And it broke and hit a high of 440, which was nice, but not exactly as what I was hoping, because it, as you can see, closed as a gravestone doji, has that tall candle wick, that little flat base. It's a very weak candle. It shows that sellers came right in and knocked it back down. And it could have almost just as easily been a red candle, which would have been worse, because then high day volume would have been on a red candle. As it turns out, it came back up to that high right here, and then the third time broke and squeezed up to 60. Pulled back, broke 60, squeezed up to 480. Popped, false breakout, then broke 488 up to 540, 550, 560, all the way up to $6.43 before doing a small pullback right here. And this is where I took my last trade on it, which was right here. Obviously, that was a little extended. It's not that I wouldn't have traded it earlier. I just was watching GPMT. So GPMT was doing kind of the same type of thing around the same time right here. So GPMT, my first trades on it out of the gates, I had a couple trades. The first one was over 5 right here at the open. It hit a high of 520. I sold for a tiny profit. I got back in for the break of 510. It hit 520, basically got out break even. I got back in here for the break of 520. It squeezed up to a high of 535 and then came back down, another really small winner. So I felt like the stock had potential. I really liked it, but it was just not breaking out, and it was really surprising me. So I sort of looked away for a little bit, focused on other things. It starts to curl back up right here, and right here, as it double tops at 35, it broke that level, and I bought it at 550 for the breakthrough high of day. It went from 550 up to 628. It then did a little pullback, and I bought right here for the break of 630. And as you can see, sorry, must have been like right around here. Let's see, we pulled back here to 558. The high was 624. Okay, I think it was right here. All right, so then I was back in there. We had a high of 654, a pullback, another squeeze higher to 671. And then right here, I said, it's a little risky to get in here. This is kind of the, first, second, third pullback, but I'm going to try to do it because I think volume is going to pick up. And I think if it squeezes here at this point, 670, 680, 690 will break $7. And it hit a high of 780. 780, a full $1 a share off that 1 minute pullback. So really some awesome trades on this. And I was, hang on. On this one, maybe it's this sweater. I did start to get a little conservative towards the end. I knew that I was green on it. I didn't know how green I was. And so I decided to start trading with only 2,000 shares. And then I went down to 1,000 shares. And it was a good thing because on my last trade, I got in right around here at 750. And it hit a high of 755. And then it dropped down to 730. And I was down 20 cents a share. But with only 1,000 shares, I was like, this isn't really that big of a deal. I'll just give it a second. And it popped back up to a high of 774. I sold at 770 for 20 cents of profit. And then I was back out. Now, if it had dropped here with only 1,000 shares, yes, it would have been a loss, but it wouldn't have been catastrophic. And, yesterday I kind of pushed it a little too hard towards the end of the day. And I ended up giving back about half my profit. So I finished yesterday up 3,700, but I was up about 7,000. Today, I'm pretty much finishing at the high. I wasn't really up any much more than this. The last trade on MIT, maybe I gave back like 200, but this is pretty much finishing at high a day. So I'm taking that money off the table. I'm walking away, and I'll be back at it tomorrow, and I'll hope that we can finish this week with another nice day. One of the things that I think it's so important to be grateful for is the fact that as traders right now, we're able to continue working through this, everything that's happening in the world with the coronavirus. It's a scary thing. I know a lot of people are out of work. I know some folks certainly watching my recaps are maybe out of work, and it's a difficult time. And so I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we are really, really fortunate, and that I'm really grateful to be able to, be sitting here and trading and still making money. And so one of the things that's important to me is that I give back some of that. So I've been donating to local nonprofits in this area here in the Berkshires that are dealing with the coronavirus. So it's something that I'm able to do. Not every trader is able to, but if you are able to give a little bit of your profits back, whether it's to a local food pantry or a soup kitchen or something like that, it's a good time to do it. So I did that last week, and I'll do it again tomorrow, and give some of my profits, put them back into the community. So anyways, it's definitely a difficult time, and it's a good time to be grateful. And even if I was up today only $153, just $153, you know what? That would still be a green day working from home, and that wouldn't be bad at all. So I'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully we see some continuation of this momentum that we've seen this week, and we can finish the week off with a fifth green day. That would be awesome. All right, so that's the game plan, and I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone. Hey, it's me again. The most popular video on day trading on YouTube was made by me. You can check it out below if you haven't already. And as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I personally respond to every question that's posted on my channel.